What's up guys, SenseiSolo here, and today we're doing a tier list of Star Wars content. We got 11 of the, well, all 11 Star Wars movies, 5 of the TV shows, the most notable 5, and then the 4 games by EA. So, let's just jump into it. If you are new to my channel though, make sure you subscribe and also go follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/SenseiSolo underscore. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's just get right into this tier list. So, first thing we have here, Bad Batch. Every episode's a banger. Every single one. I stand by that. It's, they have, the story is fantastic. The era is perfect for it, and even like the filler episodes are really good. I don't know how you make a filler episode good, but they've done it. It's it's just a really, really good series. There's little things I can nitpick about it, like, oh, I don't think Echo and Tech are shown off enough, but like, there's still 6 episodes to go at the time of like filming this, so who knows what they do by then, but like, seriously, even like and then the cameos, spoilers for all the content on this list, but like, Cad Bane, Rex, Fennec, that's 3 like banger cameos, and we're not even done with the season yet. It's crazy. Bad Batch has been so good. I think every character in the Bad Batch is like very likable. Even like Crosshair, he's a good villain. He's a really cool villain. Gotta give Bad Batch an S tier. I love Bad Batch. Next is Battlefront 1 by EA. I bought this game and I barely played it. I just did not find the original Battlefront that fun. Everything was locked behind the DLC, which I did not have, and I just thought it was boring, honestly. I like, not because it was the Battlefront gameplay, it was just that like there were so many like mild like annoyances with it because it there wasn't enough content. That was my issue with it mainly. I'm gonna give it a B tier. It it was just there. It was it was lacking without those DLCs, which I didn't have. So yeah. Um, Battlefront 2, on the other hand, at launch, F tier. Now, A tier. This is just a fantastic Star Wars experience. I highly recommend it now. It's like they have fixed all no more microtransactions in the game. There's the glitches are minimal, and there are some annoying ones, but hey, what game doesn't have glitches? The single player is actually pretty good. Speed running is pretty fun. And then there's like all the multiplayer modes. There's a lot of good ones in there. The heroes modes are always fun. Galactic Assault's pretty good. Supremacy and Age of Resistance and Age of Clone Wars. That's always fun. Age of Rebellion's lacking because they didn't finish the capital ship and they never released that phase of it, which sucks. But whatever. Battlefront 2 is a fantastic game now that I highly, highly recommend any Star Wars fan play and give a shot. The next thing we have here is Star Wars The Clone Wars. Clone Wars has some of the most incredible Star Wars content in the series. Siege of Mandalore, all the Maul episodes, the Bad Batch arc, like, the arc with, I can't even think, like with Pong Krell, and then like Rex and Cody, and it's a really good show that's introduced us to some fantastic characters, like obviously Ahsoka, Rex, Cody, and them, but it also introduced us to like the Bad Batch, Cad Bane, uh Hondo, so many good characters. And yeah, I think Clone Wars is very good. But there's also some times that it's lacking a little bit. There's some really harsh filler episodes, like the droids arc. I like to pick on that one, where there's a bunch of droids on like that one planet, and then there's like the one tiny alien guy. That was so boring. It was so beyond boring. But there's a lot of good in Clone Wars, so I think because of how much good and how good like the good parts of Clone Wars is, I think that goes in the A tier as well. So next here we have the Skywalker saga, the first, well, not the first, but the nine main movies, starting with Phantom Menace. So Phantom Menace, I like this one more than most people, I think. I really like the end part with Duel of the Fates, and then just like Anakin blowing up the ship, and then the capture of Newt Gunray, and then the fight between the Gungans and the battle droids. I think that was pretty fun. There were a lot of slow parts to the movie, but I feel like a lot of that shows up more in Attack of the Clones. But yeah, for Phantom Menace, I'd give that a B tier. Phantom Menace is it's a there's fun parts. The pod race, I think it's deserving of a B tier. Now, Attack of the Clones is a bit weaker. Attack of the Clones, eh, it's just kind of okay. There's nothing there that makes me really like, damn, that's a really cool part. Besides maybe when Obi-Wan faces off with Jango Fett and then like Geonosis in Arena. But like, there's a lot of slowness to it. There's a lot of cringy dialogue. That's where most of like the funny, like the lines that are so bad that are funny, most of them come from Clone Wars, not Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a C tier. I think that deserves a C tier. Now, Revenge of the Sith. This is my favorite Star Wars movie. It's so good. You have so many lightsaber duels, and they're all insanely good and meaningful. We got the Grievous one, the Dooku one, Anakin v Obi-Wan, which you can't even deny how cool that one is. Yoda versus Palpatine cutting between Anakin and Obi-Wan. That's so cool. That is like one of the coolest scenes in all of Star Wars. And then like and then there's also the arrest of Palpatine. That's pretty awesome. Just getting to watch Palpatine go off, it's fantastic. Vengeance, and there's also so many like meaningful moments in that movie. Like you get to see how heartbroken like Obi-Wan was when Anakin turned, and how like the whole Order 66. It's just fantastic. S tier, S tier on Revenge of the Sith. A New Hope. New Hope. It's classic. It's pretty solid. It's just like solid. It's just the classic Star Wars. Everyone knows, Trench Run, Obi-Wan versus Vader, um, just all the like classic scenes like that, the cantina scene, all that. And it set up the whole series to be as fantastic as it was, but I feel like compared to everything else, it goes in a B tier. It's it's very good, and I would say it's more of like a B plus, where it's like I'd say it's definitely like in hindsight, because I know I did like on my TikTok, I did like a Ultimate Star Wars tier list, and I'm changing that around a little bit with this, or like a Star Wars ranking. I think A New Hope would be better than most parts of Phantom Menace, besides like Duel of the Fates. So yeah, I think New Hope would be like a B plus, but B tier. Empire Strikes Back. Now this is just Empire Strikes Back. Everyone loves that one. That's the one that people are like, S tier, but mm, it's very, very good. I, Anywhere below A tier would just be a crime, but I think that's where it belongs. I think it belongs in the A tier. It's very good. There's some really cool scenes like when Lando's the traitor and he like they walk in and then Vader's sitting there. That's such a cool scene. Luke versus Vader in that movie is very good. Just everything is just really, really good in Empire. But I feel like the one that comes after it, Return of the Jedi, I think that one, I'm gonna put that in A tier, but again, that's another one that's like I'd say A plus. It's really good. I feel like this took what they were doing with Empire and just improved it even more. I feel like the lightsaber duel between Luke and Vader was better than the one in Empire, and then they also got to they it was the perfect ending of the saga. They and wrapped everything up perfectly. The Battle of Endor was fantastic. There's the dude who's 100% Rex. So Captain Rex was there, and they now with like Rebels and all that, they've added like characters that were there. It's pretty cool, honestly. And Battle of Endor is just classic, and yeah, I think that deserves like an A plus, but A tier for this list. Force Awakens. I actually liked Force Awakens a bit. I thought it was a good start. I was like, all right, they can work with this. I feel like they made Kylo Ren a little too weak. I feel like he should have been able to beat Rey and Finn in the duel on Starkiller. I feel like they pretty much retold the story of A New Hope, but like worse. The visuals were very nice in it, but I just thought it was like a solid C tier. I feel like it was just like a decent start, but they weren't going very far with it. Like this movie alone wasn't going very far. But if they kept going with this type of momentum, they would have had like an okay trilogy. You done fucked it up. Last Jedi gets way too much love in my opinion. Luke Skywalker is not even Luke Skywalker. He doesn't give up. That was the whole wasn't that the whole thing of the originals? Ah, Luke would never give up. No matter what, he sees good in Darth fucking Vader, who massacred half a galaxy pretty much. The man helped build a weapon to blow up a planet or multiple planets actually. He helped he murdered so many rebels. He Darth Vader was a very evil dude. He Order 66, I mean, and he still saw good in Vader. And then his own nephew who like had a bad dream. He's like, "Ah, he's fucked. No way we're saving him." Welp, and then gave up and then Kylo went, "Okay," and killed everyone. It was just and then there was I feel like it was stupid that they didn't make Finn a Jedi after they advertised him with the lightsaber. I think that was stupid. I think uh Holdo maneuver broke space combat because why not just attach fucking hyperdrives to like mini ships or even just unarm the big ships and just launch it through like the Death Star. Like they could have done that, but it breaks everything. So yeah, F tier for Last Jedi. I think it's a fine movie. The visuals are good, but it's just an absolutely terrible Star Wars movie in my opinion. Um, how did you make it worse? They this was supposed to be the one that fixed everything, and then the movie started. There's so many dumb fucking decisions. Why'd they bring Palpatine back? That invalidated everything else on this list. We could just throw it all in the garbage because all this, everything Anakin did meant nothing. Um, it was also very smart that they brought in force healing because the whole thing was that Anakin turned to the dark side to learn how to like save people from death. Turns out it was just a standard Jedi power that they just didn't teach him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they made this movie and no one thought about the fact that it contradicted every other piece of Star Wars, but it happened. Just and then the stupid dagger scene when Rey just stood in the perfect spot and went, "Damn, it lines up with the Death Star." Like, how did that happen? How did the Death Star even land there? Didn't it like they whatever? Last Rise of Skywalker is just F minus. It's so beyond bad. Thankfully, on the other end of the spectrum, Fallen Order. Fallen Order. The story of Fallen Order is not why I like it. The gameplay of it is just it's just perfect. The lightsaber combat feels so good. It's a really fun game exploring the planets. They did a good mix of like new planets like that they made up like Bogano, Zepho, uh Fortress Inquisitoris on Nur, and then the place from Braca. But then they also brought in like Dathomir and Kashyyyk from and Ilum from like other pieces of Star Wars media, and I'm so excited for the concept of like a Fallen Order too. I would love to see so many different planets made in like the Fallen Order type of engine, and be put in the like Fallen Order lore, I guess. Just like I want to see like something crazy like Coruscant or like Tatooine. I want to see that in the next Fallen Order. But yeah, the gameplay of Fallen Order is fantastic. Gives you quite a bit of challenge on the harder modes. If you don't own this game, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Go get it. It's on sale probably, Steam Summer Sale or something. I don't know. Next thing we got here is The Mandalorian. Mandalorian season 1 was like pretty good. Season 2 was fantastic. The Luke cameo. Holy crap, that was good. Ahsoka being in live action for the first time. It kind of set up all the other like spin-offs. Like it set up like the Ahsoka show, it set up Book of Boba Fett. It it's just the start of a fantastic era of Star Wars that I'm so excited for, and it's just a fantastic show. A tier on The Mandalorian. I know I got a lot in the A tier, but hey, a lot of Star Wars is good. What can I say? Rogue One. Rogue One is pretty good. It's pretty good. I like all the characters. I like the story. I just like it. I think it goes in the B tier though. I don't think it's as good as the stuff up here, but I think it's very very good. The best Disney era, like Disney produced film by far. It's really good. And you know what? While we're at it, you get down there. Just because of the other things I just thought of with Force Awakens, that's just like they also kind of screwed up with Force Awakens, like there, because it was just a New Hope, but worse. That it should go down a little bit more for that. Just thinking about it like that, but yeah, Rogue One was so good. Rebels, Rebels, I think goes in the B tier as well. It's like Clone Wars, but if the high points were like almost equal to Clone Wars or even more sometimes, and the low points were a little bit more than Clone Wars were. Like I feel like the low points in the filler episodes were somehow like a little bit worse than Clone Wars's, but the good episodes of Rebels were just great. I think that like an essential episodes run of Rebels is would probably go in like an A or an S tier. But because there's other episodes in the way of that, B tier. Star Wars Resistance. I haven't even watched this one. Because why would I after seeing these three films? Why would I? D tier, just because it 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 can't be worse than these. Solo, a Star Wars story. Solo was fun. It was a fun movie. Not great. Not bad either. It was just like it was there. It happened. It was pretty solid. C tier. Last thing, Star Wars Squadrons. You'd think it'd go up here, knowing how hyped I was for the game. I'm gonna put it right here in the B tier. I love the game, but it needed live service. It needed it so badly. Like when they added the B Wing and the TIE Defender, the game got fun again. When they had the new map, the game was fun again. And then they stopped. They should have kept going. They should have just kept going. It was so solid. I think it was a really, really good game, but they just didn't keep going with it. And I feel like they dropped the ball with that a bit. But overall, fantastic game. I love Star Wars. I think it's fair to say anything above the C tier, like C tier and above, I say I love. I think all of this is just really, really, really good overall. C tier, like I said, okay, but like compared to movies outside of Star Wars, Attack of the Clones and Solo are actually really good movies. But yeah, as far as within Star Wars, these are like okay. These down here, I'd say are just like eh. They're just mediocre. Like as far as like on a wider scale compared to like everything out there. And then F tier is just how'd you do this, man? But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the tier list. Feel free to disagree. I'm sure I'm gonna have some people disagreeing, but it's fine. I find it funny because I like when I get like on TikTok it was fun when I put up my ranking. People got so mad at me. It was great. So now I've put more stuff on the ranking so people get mad at me for putting Last Jedi in F tier, but I don't care. That's my opinion, man. Alright, that's the end of the video. See ya.